What's that? It's a bird. It's a plane. It's a new mini-sode from Dissonant Waves. This time, we're talking about Green Day again. So you know what that means. My name is Dominic. Trix is here. Ritz is not.
Yes, I am.
But Corey is back in the studio, virtual studio, as well.
Yes.
Indeed.
They got all of my requests in my rider correct.
Yeah, I wasn't really sure about the gummy worms, but when you said 35 pounds, you said 35 pounds.
Yep. And I've still got about 18
Are they
left.
sour or regular gummy worms?
The secret is that they're actually sugar-free, and I didn't tell him.
You son of a bitch.
Get your stomach pumped immediately.
Well, since Corey is here, it's Green Day time. It means we decided to talk about what we call the soft politics of Green Day. The albums that aren't the major political statements, but still contain some stuff here and there. This time we have 3. We have Warning, we have Revolution Radio, and we have their newest, Saviors. Any opening remarks from anybody before we dig down deep?
I received Warning on CD for my 11th birthday.
Wow.
Okay, interesting. Because, I mean, you would have been, what, like 5 or 6 when it came out originally, so...
Yeah.
So this is...
1? It came out in 2000?
Yeah. I didn't even know about Warning until I started reading up on Green Day. Like I said before on this side show, my first exposure to like modern music in any meaningful way was like American Idiot and seeing people like wear the shirts and like talk about it as like a 4th grader. And that was eye-opening. But Warning? No.
That
never.
was when I discovered Green Day as well.
Yeah, Warning, never really heard it, never really listened to it. It's a blind spot in my Green Day discography. Kind of like the Super Nintendo was a blind spot for me for a very long time, and still largely is. You know, I got the 64 and beyond, but the Super Nintendo was just a little bit too old.
See, I grew up on the Super Nintendo, so that's... My older brother had one, so it was... I was playing a lot of Where's Mario.
Oh, Mario's Missing?
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, fun. Love it.
I had a Sega Genesis as a kid.
When I was like in middle school, I got a Genesis because they were $30 at the local shop, and that was cheap.
My mom had one because she grew up with the Genesis.
That's cool.
Oh, yeah.
Love when parents play video games.
Yes. Introduced me to Sonic.
Oh, God. Well...
You know Sonic?
Yeah, I do know him personally. He's on my speed dial, number 3, not number 2.
I hope Shadow's number 2. No?
You garbled for me, so I missed the joke.
I hope Shadow's number 2. No, it just sounds like you're hiding it.
My giggle was at the lack of reaction entirely.
Yeah.
All right, let's go chronologically here. We got Warning, the album before American Idiot, the album before the supposed Cigarettes and Valentines, the one that got leaked on Napster, the one that had their lowest sales since they signed to a label.
Mm-hmm.
It's something.
It's there.
It's the interesting thing of, I think, everything after American Idiot is so produced and so, like, not willing to give up on any of that ever. And this album doesn't do that because it's before American Idiot. They still were like, yeah, we can do some, like, harmonica and, like, just regular guitar and not have, like, 5 layers of everything.
Yeah.
Well, they had so much fun making Hitchin' a Ride on Nimrod that they made a whole album that was Hitchin' a Ride.
And wasn't Have the Time of Your Life also like a big influence because it was different?
Yeah, I mean, that very well could be. It does have an acoustic guitar on it.
That's fair. And you know, Green Day, they're punk rockers. They don't know nothing about no guitars until they do.
Indeed.
It seems like no one really wants to talk about it.
I mostly just listened to this during rushes because that's all we had this week. So I couldn't tell you too much about it, if I'm going to be honest. It was background noise.
That's fair.
I actually really like this album. It could be my nostalgia goggles are on, but I think it's such a fun, like, I don't know, it's much more poppy, I guess, but it's just a fun record. I really like Misery. I think they're like, you got to be batshit insane to put this song on an album. Like, what a bunch of absolute madmen.
I mean, but this was different, right? This was back when Green Day was just another popular band. This is before they were the institution that they've become. So they were allowed to do weird things.
They're still super allowed to do weird things. They refuse to do it.
Yeah.
Everything has to be produced to within an inch of its life, and everything has to sound like Billy Joe is still in his 30s.
Yeah, I mean, Rob Cavallo strikes again. He's on this one, too.
Yeah.
I don't think...
Well, no, he didn't produce Warning.
No, he didn't produce Warning. Green Day produced Warning. They did it themselves.
Wait, really? Oh, damn. I thought I literally just read that he produced Warning. I must have been...
He had a hand in it, the
It up.
Wikipedia page is saying.
Let's
What
look
was
at
it?
He had a hand in it.
Oh.
Yes.
He was the executive producer. So, his name is on it, but probably doesn't mean anything.
May not.
Indeed.
And I mean, he also didn't produce Revolution Radio, but he did produce Saviors, so we can talk about him then. But yeah, so
Yes.
I guess we have our major question: is Warning really all that political?
No. I mean,
No.
maybe in the year 2000, before George W. Bush is elected. But looking back on it now, it's a very kind of middle of the road politically album that doesn't say much at all, but when it does, is not exactly taking a hardline stance.
I mean,
Yeah.
I was reading that this album was praised for its lyricism by Billie Joe Armstrong. You know, it was considered like an improvement or like just a standout moment. And we have the wonder that is Minority, where the lyrics are,
Yeah.
I want to be the minority. I don't need your authority. Down with the moral majority, because I want to be the minority. I pledge allegiance to the underworld, one nation under dog, there of which I stand alone, a face in the crowd unsung against the mold, without a doubt singled out the only way I know. And you know, the verse is maybe a little bit better, but gosh, that does sound like a 2000 song. The one nation under dog, I pledge allegiance to the underworld. It's very South Park in its prime.
Yeah. That's a great way of putting it.
I mean, the lyrics obviously are very, very silly, but I do have a lot of fun listening to this song. Just sonically, it kind of does it for me.
Sonically, did Sonic tell you to listen to this?
Yeah.
I mean, he was listening to a lot of ska at that time, so I get it. It makes sense. But then, you know, we have the weird Macy's Day Parade as well, which I think is more targeted and actually has a statement. Like,
Yeah.
It's like calling out the commercialization of like a big parade like this. The whole Night of the Living Dead is on its way. Like, obviously calling them zombies. References to like the Red Light Special, stuff like that. That's something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Warning, he says, is the cop or am I the one that's really dangerous? As well. Which is, you know, maybe in 2000 that's like a what? But, you know, now.
Okay, I mean, that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
The problem I have with Warning is Warning just sounds so... It doesn't have any bite to it.
Yeah.
It's just like...
Yeah.
That's fair.
You're there, you're just kind of shimmying in the background, and then the song goes away.
Yeah, but then you get Blood, Sex, and Booze.
What was the other one that we found on Uno Dos Tre that was similar?
Sex, Drugs, and Violence.
The sequel.
Off the Dome.
Yeah, okay, that's fair. Yes, I forgot. Blood, Sex, and Booze is more of a BDSM slant.
Yes.
It's no Bobby socks. I will say that.
No, it is not.
Savior says I think a little bit more to say in that way, but
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like we're not livening it up here. I think we're just kind of dragging along a little bit. What can I do to make this segment more enjoyable for you? I just need to know your opinions about Warning. Come on.
It's
I
okay.
I like it. On the whole, I really like it. Church on Sunday. I don't have that much to say about it. It's just an album. It's like a 7 out of 10. It's just like, it's kind of fun.
Sure.
I like more than I dislike, but I don't feel super strongly about any of it.
It's, to use our new terminology, a good cheese sandwich.
Sure. Yeah. I don't want it all the time, but once in a while, it just hits.
Cheese sandwich is kind of that. Also kind of means like it's generally good. Nothing super standout. But it's good. It's not a blender. It's not all mixed together. It's good, but yeah.
There's nothing super standout about it.
No, I think
I do like the opening of Deadbeat Holiday, though. Wake up, the house is on fire, and the cat's caught in the dryer. I mean,
that's very South Park.
That's lyrics, baby. What did you say?
It's very South Park.
Oh, shit. Yep, you're right. Never mind. I don't like it.
But, I mean, so the surprise to me, in comparison to this, was Revolution Radio, which I had never heard. And
yes, did you? I originally did not like Revolution Radio. On my first listen, I was like, not into it. But I kind of listened to it a little bit more in the time right after it came out, and I was like, actually, there's some good stuff on here. And listening back to it now, I actually really like a lot of it.
Yeah,
it's like I've always liked Still Breathing, but like love Still Breathing.
Yes. It's
probably
great.
My favorite track on the album.
Like this is easily the best one
of the three.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay. Maybe not easily. We'll have to talk about this. To me, like,
spoilers for how you feel about Saviors, I guess.
I mean, the thing to think about here is that like this is the album post Uno Dos Tre, so huge comeback for them. Huge comeback.
Oh, so much. This is way better than Uno Dos Tre, the trilogy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. It's like easily a significant improvement upon those three.
Like I was.
Although we did agree that bashing your brains in with a brick was better than the trilogy. So. Yeah.
I mean, I'm thinking about if we were to condense Green Day's discography, how would we condense it? Like, part of me is just like. If we were just to talk about, like, I don't know how I would phrase this the best way, but either we're giving somebody the condensed version of what to listen to, or we're just going back in time and just, like, cutting out different albums from their career. Like, part of me just says, hey, Revolution Radio is just a follow-up to American Idiot. Let's just start there.
Forget the trilogy. So, I was not here when you guys discussed 21st Century Breakdown. I assume that you've talked 21st Century Breakdown.
Yes. We have. We did American Idiot and 21st Century Breakdown together.
No. We did Father of All and American Idiot together.
That's right.
21st.
We followed it up with one.
No, 21st is the only one we've done with Ritz on the show.
That's right.
Yes.
How did, just a quick, like, one sentence, how did you feel about 21st Century Breakdown?
Not as good as American.
21st Century.
Not as good as American Idiot.
It might be better than American Idiot for me.
So my initial exposure to Green Day, American Idiot was already out. Like, it was probably in the 6 months after it came out. I heard of it at some point in there. So like 21st Century Breakdown is the first Green Day album I was like looking forward to, or like came out during my fandom or whatever you'd like to call it.
Mm-hmm.
So I have a real soft spot for 21st Century Breakdown. There's a lot of weird shit on it, but I do like it quite a bit. I don't know if it's as good as American Idiot for me personally, but I do like it quite a bit.
To me, it's always just seemed like they did the rock opera again, but it's not as interesting.
Yeah. Have you by chance listened to the Broadway recording of the American Idiot musical?
No, but that's going to be a later episode, I'm sure.
Okay. There's a bunch of songs off of 21st Century Breakdown on it.
That's fine.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah, it's a little weird, but it's fine.
It makes sense because like I think 21st Century Breakdown is supposed to be as like a continuation to American Idiot.
Certainly thematically and stylistically.
Yeah. I guess it just feels so different.
I feel ya.
But I feel like
it is different, but it feels like the next logical step
Yes.
for them at that time.
I guess, but if you had just told me that Green Day took a decade-long hiatus and came back to Revolution Radio, I would have been like, okay, that makes sense.
Well, you would have skipped 3 pretty terrible albums, so
Yeah.
if it costs a 21st Century Breakdown to get rid of the trilogy, I might take that deal.
Yeah, I would agree with that, honestly.
It's not super political. It has its moments. It has something going for it. There's just something about it that just feels so solid and so consistent. I don't know if it's that we're in a more sober place with this one, or they just took their time. But it's like a really nice 12-song album. Nothing super crazy. Nothing super out of the ordinary. It's a reasonable length of an album. It's 45 minutes, nearly.
Yeah.
It's got meat, unlike Father of All.
So some of it is just not super memorable for me. Like Somewhere Now and Forever Now. Boy, could I not tell you which one of those is which.
That's fair. I couldn't tell you right now either.
I love Bang Bang. Bang Bang I think is great. I like obviously Still Breathing.
Yeah.
Ordinary World, as you know, I liked the movie. I liked the song.
The movie was interesting.
The movie's kind of terrible, but I did like it.
It's nice when they write roles for specific actors, you know?
Yeah.
And it's just like, hey, play this version of you. You've seen that?
Have I seen Sunday Like Rain?
Yeah.
No. I've seen parts of it, and boy, did I not watch the rest of it.
We've talked about going more down that rabbit hole. It just seems like a lot.
Yeah. He's also in the film This Is 40.
Oh, is he? Okay.
He has a cameo as himself.
That's I don't know. That's like when
If we're gonna do cameos, we gotta watch the Simpsons movie.
Yeah.
I'm fine with that. I love the Simpsons movie.
That's like when Anderson Cooper appears as himself in something. Okay, you're a Vanderbilt. We get it. You can pay your way into these movies.
Billy Joe Armstrong has some jokes in it though. He's in a scene.
Okay. Was this his acting camp for Ordinary World? Is that what that is?
It could have been. He got directed by Judd Apatow, and that's a guy for sure.
Yeah.
And the director of Ordinary World is married to someone from The Office. I want to say.
Jenna Fischer. He's married to Jenna Fischer.
Yes. So
from Walk Hard.
Yeah.
Which I'll come back on when y'all want to review the Walk Hard soundtrack because what a banger.
I really need to watch Walk Hard.
Corey, having watched Walk Hard, it's very good. We should do an episode of just musical biopic type movies, real or fake.
I've been meaning to put Spinal Tap on a podcast for 3 years now.
Oh, Spinal Tap rips.
Yeah, you just got beef with 3 E's on the show, finally. After talking about it for 4 years. But yeah, no, Still Breathing is really, really good. I think Outlaws is... Say Goodbye and Outlaws are both kind of long, but I think Outlaws in particular has something going for it. It has more of that crooning style that Billy Joe can be really good at.
Mm-hmm. Outlaws is... I'm into it. It's a little long, but I'm into it.
Yeah. And I think it ends really strong. It kind of it leaves questions unanswered. It's actual storytelling and lyrics. It's interesting. I like that. I'm so used to the lyrics of Green Day being punk, so just in your face and basic in a way that it's nice that American Idiot did maybe teach them something to maybe tell stories and to up their game.
And you know what's crazy is that it all started with Misery.
Did it really?
I feel like that's like, I mean, it's the only song on Warning that's like kind of telling a story that's not like it like has a narrative that it's following or whatever.
Sure.
I feel like I don't think there's much else from earlier in their career that they're doing that.
I mean, Wonky tells a story.
Oh, that's true. He did get high and jerk off.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Went fucking blind.
Bouncing Off the Wall is a really dumb, stupid song, but I think intentionally so.
Yeah.
It's I don't mind it necessarily, but it is one that I probably skip most times that it plays through.
I wrote one note for this this album, and I'm just going to post it because I took a screenshot on the song I was listening to and scrawled Saint Jimmy on it because I think Bang Bang sounds a lot like Saint Jimmy.
I mean, if we're gonna go back into this discussion again, they just keep doing it.
Yeah.
Like, I was just listening to Saviors before we started. It's like there are songs on there that fucking take from what's the song on Dookie?
Pink. I don't know. I'm not sure which one you're referring to.
The big one. Fuck.
The big song on
Basket
Welcome to Paradise?
Basket Case, yes.
Basket Case, yeah.
It's like, oh, there's the Basket Case riff again. They just...
Well, I mean, a lot of that can also be summed up by chords because we found out that When I Come Around, I think it was, uses the exact same chords as My Dream World Don't Exist by Neutral Milk Hotel.
Oh, yes. It's like that time that Lorenzo from Petit League, they put out Too Bad for Fun as a B-side because it was a similar chord progression to Moondogs. It's like,
yeah.
I guess you couldn't put it out for that reason, but it was a good song.
I got to see them play it live.
I did too. Oh, did I? I don't even remember. I saw them like a year ago last I saw them, so who knows?
2 months ago now.
Yeah, you almost puked on them.
I almost did.
Good time.
I had a stomach bug. I was not drunk.
Apparently, I'm reading the Still Breathing Wikipedia page here. Billy Joe wrote that for 5 Seconds of Summer, and then was like, nah, it's too much for them.
Oh, I remember reading that. I remember that. I think he mentioned it in an interview maybe last year, or maybe earlier this year, promoting Saviors. But
really?
That's interesting.
Yeah.
But we have an interesting...
I get 5 seconds of 30 Seconds to Mars mixed up.
30 Seconds to Mars, 5 Seconds of Summer.
Minute to Win It?
So, we have the interesting progression here of like, okay, Warning was fine. American Idiot is like a legendary breakthrough album for the whole industry. 21st Century Breakdown is the follow-up. The Trilogy is the Trilogy. A downturn for them. And then Revolution Radio is there to balance things out, but then comes Father of All Motherfuckers.
It's so fucking bad.
They're just flipping between doing something good and then doing something bad and then doing something good and then doing something bad.
But after Father of All Motherfuckers, they put out Money Money 2020 Part 2. We told you so.
Yes, they put out... And then let's not forget, No Fun Mondays was pretty good too.
Yeah, but those are covers.
Yeah, but still, anything after Father of All is better.
That's true, and those started like literally like 4 weeks later or something.
Yeah, they were all like COVID things.
Yeah. Father of All came out in like February of 2020.
Yeah.
It's the second worst thing that happened that year.
Imagine a scenario in which they were like, no, we're going to delay the album because of this COVID thing. Do you know how irrelevant it would have sounded had it come out any later than it did?
Yeah.
I mean, people forgot about it immediately, except to remember that they fucking hated it.
I just think it's so funny that if it had come out any later, it would have just been even worse.
I don't even know if they could have delayed the album, because I have a feeling that they were planning on doing another album that year.
They were going to do another Green Day album, you think?
Network.
Oh, another Network album.
No, they were just going to do the Money Money 2020 Part 2. They had that plan.
Oh, okay.
So I have a feeling
the
postpone Father of All.
Interesting. Okay.
So the rumors of the magnum opus of the Inglorious, whatever that was called, the fake album, maybe there was a little bit of truth to that. They were sitting on. Well, they couldn't have been sitting on it actually, because so much of that album is about COVID. But they probably planned to do it, I suppose.
Yeah, like I'm sure they had a couple of the plan to do it, and maybe a couple of the songs written. Like, Hey Elon was about him launching the fucking car in space in 20.
Left his radio on.
So.
And the Art of the Deal with the Devil is clearly a song that was meant to be from Father of All.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes. But I don't know. Listening to Revolution Radio now, I actually am like, if I had known this was good back then, I guess I would not have been as dismissive as automatically. Like, I would have given it more of a shot, but like, I probably would have been let down even more at that point.
Yeah.
Because I think the story of Green Day is that Green Day has just been at a low point ever since the 2000s. Like, they're reaching their irrelevant dad rock status.
They've reached their irrelevant dad rock status.
I mean, American Idiot was 20 years ago.
Yeah, they are dad rock now.
And Dookie was 30.
Yeah, according to the poster for their tour this year.
My coworker is 40 years old. He saw Green Day live before in the 1039 days, and he's a father.
It literally is dad rock.
Yes.
Yes, but I meant the more pejorative version of like no longer actually matters to like listen to it. They just make bad music and exist like Muse does now.
Is that what they've been up to?
They make stuff still. We haven't covered it yet, but we're gonna get there on this show, and Trix is gonna be drugged through the mud to get to the end of it.
I guess I didn't realize Muse was still a band.
Yeah, their last album came out, was it 2022?
God.
Will of the People with the song We're All Fucking Fucked.
Good title.
Anything else you want to say about Revolution Radio?
This joint tastes like dill pickles.
Congratulations, or I'm sorry that happened.
Honestly, it's fucking great. I love pickles.
Congratulations.
But that's about all I have to say about Revolution Radio. It exists. I'm probably going to listen to it like 3 or 4 more times throughout the year just to confirm it exists.
Yeah, they could HBO Max it, just delete it, not tell anybody.
They do that with the trilogy.
Well, let me look. Yep, trilogy's gone. Oh, 21st Century Breakdown is gone too.
Ah, fuck.
On what?
Rob Cavallo was listening.
What are they gone on?
Everything. They don't exist.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
God damn it, I'm glad we covered it when we did.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. No, episode's gone.
Oh, no, they're on to us.
Corrupted file.
Alright, everybody, you know what to do. Get your guns.
I'll start detangling the bits by hand.
Alright, let's start talking about saviors here. In an interview with KR... I was excited for this too. I was going to start reading the Wikipedia article.
Go for it.
In an interview with KROQ, Billy Joe Armstrong stated that 7 songs had not made it into their last album, Father of All Motherfuckers, which was met with mixed reviews. Butch Walker, who earlier reports...
Oh, I wouldn't admit that.
Butch Walker, who earlier reports indicated would also produce the band's next project, had been heavily criticized for his work on the last album. Eventually, longtime friend of the band, Rob Cavallo, stepped up for the job. They had not worked...
American Idiot.
They also produced Uno Dos Tre, the trilogy.
Yes.
What? I don't know what those are.
Oh yeah, that's right, they're gone, I'm sorry.
What's gone?
Everything.
Okay, if you say so.
Un, deux, trois.
And so, yeah, they had a few random songs in between Father of All and Now, Here Comes the Shock, Holy Toledo, Pollyanna.
Oh, yeah.
Were those meant to be... You think those are meant to be...
I really like Pollyanna.
Were those meant to be whatever album was supposed to be happening before everything got fucked up?
Yeah, the rumored 1984.
1972.
1972.
Because that's the year they were all born.
Yes. Literally 1984.
So, instead, Rob Cavallo is here to right the ship and give us this. It's
better than Father of All.
We all excitedly listened to The American Dream is Killing Me as soon as there was a live leak of it at a show. Just remember that.
Yeah.
We all were like, oh my god, there's a version of it out there. Let's listen to it. And I think we were all relatively lukewarm.
Yes.
It's a fine song that suffers from the same thing as most of the trilogy of being too slow.
Yes.
They sure say
I think I sent y'all like 120% speed of it, and it's like, this is still not great, but it sounds way better, and it's shorter. They
sure do say the chorus enough that it definitely stays in your head.
Yep, yeah. And it helps that it's the name of the song as well.
The American Dream is Killing Me.
I know for a fact that was going to be the name of the album, and then they went, we already have an album with American in the name.
Yeah.
Wouldn't want to draw comparisons, and then while they're promoting the album, all they do is say that it's like a resurgence again, like what happened in 2004.
But they already did that for Father of All.
Shh. Father of All's straight partying. No politics here, bucko.
No Swedish producers.
Not even one. Tiesto was busy.
And then when they released that, they also released Look Ma No Brains as a B-side to the initial single.
Which became
from
a Taco
Bell
commercial.
Yeah. Taco Bell is always a good barometer of culture.
It's America's #1 Mexican restaurant.
Yeah.
What is the old saying? Why not both?
Porque no los
dos?
Yeah.
From the old El Paso commercial?
That's a commercial for like taco shells. The Taco Bell slogan is
Yo
quiero Taco Bell.
And stuff them. They were called Stand and Stuff.
They also had Live Moss for a while, but I think Porque no los dos would have been better.
Hey, Porque no los dos.
Why not get Baja finger blasted?
Don't tell me what to do with my Saturdays. But yeah, so there is more politics on this one, on Saviors. The American Dream is Killing Me is not just a name, it's also a statement, it's also a state of mind. And I think Bobby Sox is another really good example of like softer politics. And that it's just a very bisexual anthem.
Yep.
Yeah, that sure is a guy going out saying, do you want to be my girlfriend or boyfriend? Or best friend.
Yeah, I'll fuck anybody.
Hey, whatever floats your boat. It's all the same in the dark.
Yeah. At a certain point, though, he kind of settles on just singing "boyfriend" over and over. He does sing "boyfriend" a lot. The ratio is definitely skewed toward that.
Yeah, I also did the math.
I'm going to go through later and count out every instance. I hope you guys know this.
Go ahead. So I mean, at the very least, that's something for them. They've been really coy with like sexuality before. This is a more, I think,
that's true.
A more straightforward just acknowledgement of like queerness and punk and politics. That is progressive for Green Day at this point. But I mean, enough of this album is kind of just good, but like fine. Then I'm kind of like taking my things where I can get them.
I mean, Corvette Summer. What the fuck kind of song is that?
Yeah.
What the fuck? What does "fuck it up on my rock and roll" mean? What's Billy Joe? What were you thinking when you wrote that? What?
He was thinking it was going to be
a situation were you imagining?
It was going to be a DJ doing the song, is what it was going to be. It was supposed to be.
Someone kill the DJ, please.
It was supposed to be a weird like house rock song, and it was supposed to be like a DJ kind of like fucking with things, like it's grooving the heart. But it never happened.
Good.
Corvette Summer is also the name of a 1978 movie starring Mark Hamill.
I haven't even seen it, but I already know that it's better than this song.
Also stars Annie Potts
from Ghostbusters.
You got it.
We got one.
What do you want?
I fucking love Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
Really? You love Ghostbusters?
You know I love Ghostbusters.
I've never heard of anybody who likes Ghostbusters. That's such an obscure movie. You know, I wish there was one of those movies that we'd have, like, extended nostalgia about. I feel like it could be really commercially marketed to within an inch of its life.
I still need to play the 2009 video game.
Oh, the True
So do
Ghostbusters
I
3.
have it.
I own it, too.
It is the true Ghostbusters 3.
I am reading the lyrics now,
Yeah.
the Corvette Summer.
I can get around. I can get around.
I don't want no money. I don't want my fame. All I want my records making my pain go away. Maybe I'm stupid, lazy, and stray. Maybe I've had enough of this shit brigade.
I'll take your money.
I'm the conductor of the poop train. I made like 3 nerds happy with that line.
Oh yeah. Living in chaos, sick and unbored. Take me to urgent care or the record store.
Man, this guy likes music.
Fuck my appendix first. Take me to the record store.
I need to give birth while I'm listening to the new Ariana Grande.
No, you don't understand. We need to listen to Tortured Poet Society at the release party. I don't care that I'm crowning. We're going.
If you start listening to Tortured Poet Society 10 minutes before I give birth, then when that one song hits in the 10-minute mark, it'll be perfect. We'll name the baby after that song.
The song title's like bitch.
Let's see, what is 10
Kids
minutes?
born in February 2020 accidentally listening to Father of All Motherfuckers when they're born. Coming out being total assholes.
And, I know that Huey Lewis was on the radio when I was born, because that's the second thing my father likes to tell me about Huey Lewis. The first one is that he has a huge dick.
the song that... Okay, go on, keep going.
I was just gonna say, and so I don't want to imagine who came out listening to whatever the fucking NFL or NHL theme was.
The song that's 10 minutes into Tortured Poets Department is My Boy Only Breaks His Favorite Toys. Not a lot of names you can get from
I haven't
that,
listened
but...
to it. It's 31 fucking songs.
So Travis.
I was going to say Anton for Jack Antonoff, but that works too. I'm sorry, Corey. The regular version is 16 tracks long. The anthology track listing brings it to 31.
Yeah, but I want the lore. So
She sure has a song named Clara Bow.
Stevie Nicks is on it.
Off the Dome.
Oh, God. Trix, you're going to make us listen to this, aren't you?
I'm not.
You're not going to pull in Midnights again?
I have a plan next time we come to finish it.
Have you guys done 1989?
We've only done Midnights.
No.
Oh, I fucking love 1989. Get me back on when you're doing 1989.
After Green Day, Taylor Swift.
Corey, you can't just listen to one album. You got to listen to all the things we cover.
Never mind.
That's the week you also have to listen to Shaky Graves.
Yeah, Shaky Graves is cool. He's a good country singer, guitar guy. Better country than Taylor Swift.
I guess it's an early Shaky Graves album and an early Taylor Swift album.
That would sure be a comparison to make.
And it would absolutely torture the fuck out of Rick.
You're right, it would.
The reason for the teardrops on his guitar.
I prefer a teardrop in the skull.
Ooh, damn! That's a callback to early Dissonant
I was
Waves.
listening to it this week, man. It's such a good record.
Well, I'll say it's Sylvia and Briar by Of Montreal is a fantastic record.
I think it's still my favorite of Montreal.
We've only listened to like half of their discography of like 9 of their 20,000 albums.
Yeah.
That's a lot of fucking albums. Holy shit.
They
20,000.
have a lot of
Who has the
albums.
time?
I'm sorry, I meant Bowl of Heaven. Anybody? No.
I missed what you said.
Bowl of Heaven.
Not a reference I understand.
They were an experimental band that just kept putting out longer and longer albums. Their longest album is 3.43 quintillion years.
How could I have forgotten the people you just named?
Ah.
Of course.
So they're doing the same gimmick that Philip Glass did with A, L, A, as long as possible. Aslap, I think it's called, actually.
Probably.
But there's a church right now that is just constantly blaring an organ for that piece. I think they're like 4 notes in and they've been going at it for 40 years.
Fuck yeah. But anyway, Savior starts really strong, and then it kind of struggles around the middle. And then I think some of the songs later on are pretty good.
So when I initially listened to this, I was like, oh man, this is the best Green Day album since American Idiot. I retract that sentiment.
I do too.
What had happened was I really liked the first 5 songs, and then I really liked the last song. And I thought I liked the record, and I forgot like 4 of the 7 other songs I listened to.
You like Fancy Sauce that much?
I really like Fancy Sauce. I just listened to it again before we started recording, and I was like, yeah, this is my favorite song on this record, except for maybe Bobby Socks. Although I really like Dilemma, too.
Bobby Socks is great, Dilemma's pretty good. I like Strange Days Are Here to Stay.
I like Living in the 20s.
Those are probably two of the best ones from the middle of the album before we get into the final few. So much of it is just so forgettable for me. But I do think those 2 are probably the strongest of those, like 6 through 12.
Who do you think Father to His Son is about?
Like the most network song off the album too.
Trix
in the 20s.
Yeah.
Who do you think Father to His Son is about?
Maybe it's to the Sex Pest son.
You think he would go
That's to the other one. Doesn't mean it to that one.
Yeah.
That's why it's to a son, not to sons.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had to pick
Just
one
of them.
Let's see, are any of them secretly credited anywhere? No, nothing on the page. But that'd be very funny if one of them was secretly credited as something.
Well, okay, I'm rereading the lyrics, and maybe it's not about the drummer from Swimmers, and it's about Jacob instead.
Ooh.
Because it's praising as opposed to like critiquing, I guess would be the word I'm looking for.
You would assume that he would be critiquing his son either way?
Well, with the older one who was the sex pest.
Well, you're speaking, like logically like somebody on the outside of the family.
Yeah, you're right. But I figure it would be like a if it's to that son, it would be like I love you, but you kind of like fucked up. I think you can do better, that sort of thing. As opposed to this just looks like outright praise.
That'd be kind of fucked up to put on a Green Day album, though.
Yeah, you're right. I'm high and I'm overthinking this.
It's cool. I'm coming down. I'm a little more clear-headed.
There aren't a ton of lyrics to analyze here, but the first verse, "You're a lighthouse in the storm, from the day you were born, a promised father to a son. Your mother said it best. We will be put to a test. A promise, father to a son."
What? And the promise is...
Only smoke mids.
Exactly. Not one promise in this whole fucking song.
I mean, it could be from, Billy and his dad, I guess, but last time Billy sang about his father, everyone made fun of him for it.
He hears about it every September.
Every October 1st.
Must be like the worst day of his life. Every year.
Yeah.
He said in an interview somewhat recently, maybe in the promotion for a different album, but in the last 10 years, he doesn't mind. He thinks it's funny.
That's good.
That is good.
So are any of these songs also fitting the it's not fast enough kind of dilemma here?
Just The American Dream is killing me, I think. It's the only one that sticks out as having that issue. But it's the lead single.
Look Ma, I think, is more fast and punchy, for sure.
Look Ma No Brains is great. I really like Look Ma No Brains. That's a perfect Taco Bell song. I want to eat a chalupa while I listen to that song.
Bobby Socks is slower, but I think it has the lyricism to back it up.
Yeah, Bobby Socks is great. Bobby Socks doesn't need to be fast. The speed of that song totally fits the vibe of it.
Dilemma's great speed.
Yeah. One Eyed Bastard sounds like that Pink song.
I'm still disappointed that Susie Chapstick isn't about sucking dick.
Yeah. He could have really hit it out of the park with that one. Bobby Socks to Susie Chapstick telling a whole story.
Yeah.
No, God, y'all are missing the point. This album's very deep.
Hey, you don't just put a picture of the Troubles in Northern Ireland on a cover for no reason.
Yeah.
Unless you do.
you're referencing something very deeply political and tribal. It's got to mean something.
Yes.
Unless it doesn't.
Well, I mean, come on, Corey. When it says that they were recorded in the BBC sessions, that has to mean something.
Now, hold on to your pants. Because what if it doesn't?
You're going to tell me that the BBC sessions weren't recorded at the BBC?
I wasn't there.
So we know what side Green Day is on the Troubles.
Unless we don't. Okay, bit over.
Sometimes you need a good foil to a yes and just shutting stuff down. Often. well, a good improv can be done with somebody shutting it down only if two other people are yes-anding it.
I don't even know what we're doing anymore.
I never do.
I would like to give a quick highlight to Living in the 20s because I think it's a network offcut. Or like this, I could see something like this having popped up if they made another network album after Money Money 2020 Part 2. With the lyrics of I got a buzz like a murder hornet. I drink my media and turn it into vomit. I got a robot and I'm fucking it senseless. It comes with batteries and only speaks in English.
You're right. That actually does sound like a network song.
Oh, huh. I mean, the murder hornets were definitely a 2020 thing.
Yeah.
So I wonder if this is a network B-side.
When did Colorado have fires?
It seems like it's a... What'd you say?
When did Colorado have fires? Because there's talks about lighting Colorado.
I forgot that even happened and did not connect the dots.
But either way, I mean, Living in the 20s, it's a song about living in the 2020s, so like that makes sense for Money Money 2020 Part 2.
True. Yeah.
Part 3 when?
They missed a chance with Money Money 2022.
Ooh, yeah.
Dumb bastards.
Watch, we'll get Money Money 2020-9.
Who knows?
Well, that's where they're from. They are European.
Yeah.
I feel like Living in the 20s is like thematically a sequel to Bang Bang. Off of Revolution Radio.
The Genius page has a surprisingly detailed table of like the 1920s versus the 2020s.
Wow.
Oh no. Massive pandemic.
That did happen, the Spanish flu.
Yeah.
Prohibition was the popular concern. Marijuana laws are a popular concern. Women's suffrage versus, autonomy rights.
Yeah.
We're only 5 years away from the Great Depression anniversary.
Start planning your parties.
That anniversary is going to come with a fucking bang.
Or a bang bang.
That's funny that it's funny to think we might still be alive then.
Yeah.
God, I'll be in my mid-30s. Jesus Christ.
No. We're not going to make it that far. Like, Vladimir Putin's going to destroy the world, right?
Oh, you mean this show won't be turning 10 years old that year?
No, nothing will be turning 10 years old that year.
Damn.
Except for the secret bunkers people start building.
I might be turning 30, but probably not. It depends on when the nukes launch.
Yeah, it's all dependent on that.
I think that's just how I'm going to respond to if I can come into work. Yeah, it depends on when the nukes fall.
Alright, just get coverage.
Fancy sauce. I was not as big of a fan of it because I think Saviors is a really nice ending, and then Fancy Sauce is kind of like a one more, which isn't terrible.
I do not like Saviors.
I'm going to be honest, I have completely blanked Fancy Sauce out of my mind somehow.
Yeah, they don't say the name of the song.
Yeah, you're right.
Well, he likes to watch the evening news because it's his favorite cartoon. He's going to go join a cult, do a somersault.
Go, falling like a yo-yo.
Everyone's a victim, and it makes me want to puke.
I could probably.
Yeah, because he's a crazy person saying that.
Fair. Everyone's famous, stupid, and contagious. Is this a reference to Nirvana?
I mean, yeah, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we could have.
With the follow-up line, "We all die young someday."
Damn, I thought that was a Britney Spears reference.
No, she did
27
Toxic.
Club.
Imagine the alternative future we could have had if Kurt Cobain had lived, and we had the Billy Joe Armstrong Kurt Cobain love affair.
Oh yeah, I mean Cobain dies in 94,
Yeah,
93.
94.
Oh man, and Dookie's 94. That's crazy.
Yeah, the
Wonder if there was a ritual.
bringing up my color, and the show that he went, Nirvana was also playing.
So they played a show together.
Oh, West
it was a
Coast
festival.
punks.
But yes, they have done festivals together.
You know, if they had shared the spotlight enough, maybe something could have happened. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, but then we wouldn't have Jacob Danger.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Oh right.
I like Mount Eddie, okay? It's a really good album. I would exchange Kurt Cobain for Mount Eddie in a way.
We wouldn't have American Idiot,
As
probably.
fucked up as- Yeah, you're right.
Which I would love to see what a Green Day that didn't do American Idiot looks like. I think it's
Yeah.
The
dictated.
trilogy just would have been earlier.
I think it dictated the way their songs have been ever since.
Yeah.
Well, that's fair. Well, think of what Cigarettes and Valentines sounds like, assuming that he's telling the truth about that song being old.
It would have been a follow-up to Warning, as in, yeah, this comes after Warning, I guess.
Well, didn't we find the track listing?
we found
Or the alleged...
we found an alleged track listing that was in like someone's possession because they were at like the studio mixing it or something.
Yeah.
Or they were mixing a bunch of songs, a lot of them from American Idiot, then a bunch of them weren't.
Yeah.
Well, like someone stole the masters and did what with them? Like,
Smoked them.
They just held on to them because it's their own private Green Day collection.
nah, I don't buy it. I still don't believe it's real.
They would have resurfaced at this point, I feel.
It would have, for sure. They would have gotten it back somehow, or it would have leaked online, or some collector would have bought it on the black market and not kept his mouth shut. It would be
we'd have
somewhere.
A fucking, Once Upon a Time in Shaolin, is it? The Wu-Tang album?
Yeah, because Martin
The
Short Kelly
36
had
chamber.
the one when they sold it was only one copy.
The Pharma Bro.
Yeah, Martin Shkreli.
Yes.
They sold it to the guy that made the AIDS drug insanely expensive, right?
That guy, yes.
Martin
Who went to-
Shkreli, I think is his name.
Martin Shkreli.
Shkreli. Martin Shrekky.
What are you doing in my swamp?
I'll have to fucking dig out the photo of me as Shrek. I did Shrek the musical and I was Shrek.
Hell yeah.
1981. She's gonna bang her head like it's 1981. What is that in reference
That's
to?
a song. It's on the album. Not a fan.
She has a Cold War in my head, and I
it.
am East Berlin. That's a decent line.
That's a metaphor for sure.
Yeah. I know more of this album than I think I'm letting on, I'll be honest. I quite like it. It might be my favorite.
According to Genius, the 1981 thing is a reference to MTV, which I kind of doubt.
No, I
Why
can
wouldn't
see
you just
that.
say MTV in the song?
She's throwing punches to the beat to the sound of cable TV, and she'll never see the world the same. It's the closest we get.
Well, what you don't understand is that she just watched Video Killed the Radio Star for the first time. And you got to think pre-1981, no one had seen Video Killed the Radio Star. So that's what happens.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think Saviors was interesting, like, going back to it more and, like, really trying to listen closely. I think there is more to be unveiled, but I kind of think it's just the middle one of this week. I think Warning, despite what it does, it's interesting, is the weakest.
I don't know. I don't know which way I'd rank them, honestly.
Rev Rad's gotta be the weakest for me to see.
Red Rabbit's clearly
See, I think Saviors is the weakest for me.
interesting. You completely turned around then.
Because Revolution Radio did come out between this and American Idiot.
Here's a challenge for both of you then. Let's talk about our favorite and least favorite songs of each album.
Sure.
Okay.
Warning. What do we got?
I'm pulling up track listing.
Either Misery or Waiting for me.
Okay.
Yeah, Waiting
Hello.
is my favorite, I'd say.
Misery's interesting. I do like Minority. Macy's Day Parade is interesting.
Yeah.
Warning is probably one of my least favorites because it just sounds so slapdash basic.
It's real basic, for sure.
Yeah.
Actually, Warning is a song that could benefit from being sped up.
I can see that.
Yeah, I think that would be an interesting experiment for sure. I think that's probably worth looking into.
I remember listening to Jackass. That seemed like an interesting one.
Yeah, I like Jackass. Is that's got the line, everybody loves a joke, but no one likes a fool, right?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
Which is a lie because everybody loves fools.
That's true. That's true. The king's best friend.
You know, he doesn't like the fools. Mr. T.
Well, he does. He actually pities them. That's a lot of empathy.
I opened up this buffoon pack in the lap row, and all your homies were there.
Mr. T's in Rocky 3.
Yeah, he is.
This cannot be denied.
Yes. So Rev Rad.
Yeah, let's Revolution Radio.
Still breathing, I think, for me.
I quite like Bang Bang, even though it's basically just an extrapolation on St. Jimmy, and I think that's why I like it.
St. Jimmy's a banger.
St. Jimmy is a fucking banger.
I like Revolution Radio. I like Still Breathing. I like Outlaws. I like Say Goodbye. I like Ordinary World.
Dominic likes Revolution Radio.
My least favorite's probably something like Somewhere Now or Too Dumb to Die.
Yeah, I couldn't even tell you what Too Dumb to Die sounds like.
Yeah,
I've listened to these a lot.
I will say I think Ordinary World is a little bit of the least favorite for me. I thought it was okay in the movie and on the track. I like that version a little bit better, even I'd say. But it's okay.
Okay. Well,
I like it. I think it's a good. For me, it's a good closer.
Yeah. I think it kind of gives a sense of a journey being taken.
Yeah, but it's definitely a song Billy Joe wrote by himself with a guitar, and not really a Green Day song.
Yes.
But that's what's nice about it, because they so rarely do that.
And I think that's why I prefer the version of the movie. That's literally what it is.
Yeah, that makes sense. Crazy twist ending in that movie, though. Did not see that coming.
It wasn't even his fucking birthday.
So stupid.
Speaking of which, mine's in 27 minutes. No, 17 minutes.
Hell yeah. Happy birthday.
Oh shit, happy birthday.
You get yourself something nice.
I'm gonna get my nose pierced.
Fair enough. I was gonna say, get Skull and Bones on the PS5.
Nah. Well, Ubisoft games already tire me the least. The last thing I want to do is just drive around the ship.
I am finishing up playing through Assassin's Creed Syndicate. I'll probably finish it like tonight or tomorrow. I'm kind of excited. I
will probably continue playing more Borderlands 2, because that is the only game I've been playing this year. That's a lie. I played 1, 2, and pre-sequel, or 1, 3, and pre-sequel as well.
I haven't done like a deep dive on a game since Baldur's Gate 3 came out, but that was like insane. What did you say?
I need to play Baldur's Gate.
Oh man, it is. It's so much fun. It's wild how much they took into account in terms of possibilities that, like
I know you can fuck a bear in it.
That's news to me. Did not encounter that on my playthrough.
I know I hang out with monster fuckers, so.
Oh, I see. Dom is here. You can just say Dom.
not even Dominic.
You think I get monsters to fuck me? Come on.
You could get a monster to fuck you.
Yeah.
Maybe it was Ted Bundy.
I was thinking like Sully from Monsters Inc.
Not Sully from Uncharted.
Mike Wazowski.
Mike Wazowski would be interesting.
Sully from the Clint Eastwood movie.
It is a different type of monster.
I was thinking of Sully from Uncharted.
Mark Wahlberg.
That or the one from the game, the actual cool one.
A mustache in the end credits?
Mark Wahlberg.
That's the answer. Is Mark Wahlberg.
Mark Wahlberg. Yeah.
That's actually. I meant the Sully from the Tom Hanks movie.
Which one?
The one from the guy that you like.
The guy that I like.
Yeah. The old one.
I'm trying to think of more Sully than I'm drawing a blank.
Clint Eastwood?
AP history teacher?
Yes, Dominic, Clint Eastwood, the guy you like, the old one.
Well,
The Tom Hanks movie with the guy named Sully.
my first thought was there's no.
Are you aware of?
Oh wait, what was that movie called again?
My first thought was there's no
I can't think of it.
there's no Tom Hanks in a Nicholas Winding Refn movie, although I'd love to see that.
Nicholas Winding Refn's not old. He's too old to die young.
Though a Nicholas Winding Refn Catch Me If You Can would be great. Oh, Sully.
I would watch it if he did Friday.
The movie Sully. That's right. Oh no. I saw that in theaters.
So did I.
I don't think I did.
Anna Gunn's in it.
It was just me and Dom. It had what in it?
Anna Gunn.
Good. I'm glad anytime someone can get a job.
Skylar White from Breaking Bad.
If you say so.
I have not watched Breaking Bad, I'll be honest.
I mean, it's good.
Any relation to James Gunn?
Oh,
No.
I know who James Gunn is. Tim Gunn?
Did you know I learned the other day that
Oh,
there was a Dirty Harry NES game?
I did know that. I think the Angry Video Game Nerd covered it.
I was watching footage of it. It looks awful. I'm surprised that they even made one.
It does.
Especially because it came out like 20 years
Well, they were.
after the movie.
Well, they
I'm waiting for the
movies out
video
of
game
any-
adaptation
they make
of
games out of
The Bridges of Madison County.
Oh my god, that actually would kind of bang though. Fucking going around taking pictures of bridges.
No, it wouldn't, Dominic. Shut
No.
up, I was being sarcastic.
No. Hold on. Listen to me here. You're going out to take pictures of bridges. You're coming home to the house you're staying in to bang somebody's wife. You have an intense love affair. It's all an adventure walking sim game. It lasts maybe 3 or 4 hours.
Dom, you're just describing Pokemon Safari.
I'm just saying,
Everything you said is accurate to Pokemon Safari.
You mean Pokemon Snap?
No.
Okay. I'm just saying a Bridges of Madison County
I do
game.
mean Pokemon Snap.
If you gave the Bridges of Madison County game to some really interesting people to program it, I think it'd be great. You sold me already.
Like Game Freak?
Like the people that make walking sims, I guess. If the Firewatch people weren't at Valve working on nothing, they would work on a Bridges of Madison County adaptation.
No, Dominic, they're working on Half-Life 3.
Half-Life Alyx is the closest we're ever going to get to that.
I am going to die angry as a Portal fan.
Just get a Steam Deck.
And play what? Just the one little fucking touchscreen game they put out on it?
I'm sure you could probably get Artifact to run on there.
Oh, I forgot about Artifact.
The Jared Leto movie?
No,
the Dota card game.
Corey, you're thinking of Mr. Nobody, the other Jared Leto movie.
It had a logo that was like 3 bars, and they announced it at E3, and you could just hear the disappointment in the crowd.
Oh. That's right. I remember hearing about that.
Anything else we want to say about the Green Day albums we listened to?
I actually really quite like Saviors, and it is probably my favorite Green Day album past American Idiot, or past 21st Century Breakdown.
Interesting.
Yeah,
That being said, it is not my favorite Green Day album. My favorite Green Day album will always be Money Money 2020 Part 2.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. It's a banger. It's a shame it's not a
I got
Green
to
Day album.
introduce Crust Punk to the network the other day. It was phenomenal.
What I will say is that I think Saviors has given me hope that maybe they will put out good music again one day.
Yeah.
I think they just need like a hard creative shift.
Yes.
They gotta do something really out there next.
Yeah, or just stop.
They gotta go new ways.
Stop getting in their head about what has to be Green Day and what doesn't have to be Green Day, and just make music.
Billy Joe, it's time to go back on drugs. Secretly, it's what made you great.
Wasn't there a song? Wasn't it in
You're not
Dilemma?
gonna get addicted again.
Wasn't it in Dilemma that he talks about being off drugs anyway?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Dilemma is all about like addiction. I was sad, but now I'm drunk again.
Well, did we catch the overt reference to a story they tell in Quattro in the music video for Dilemma?
I didn't watch the music video, but they
When they talk about like it randomly cuts to them all like doing like people doing cocaine in a bathroom,
Yeah.
Yeah.
in Quattro that's depicted like and shot almost the same way, I think, in the music video for Dilemma.
Oh, so you're not talking about the other part where they like recreated a cashier at a convenience store?
I forgot about that. That's so fucked up.
That's the part I thought you meant at first.
That would be crazy. That'd be even crazier.
Yeah, the LSD.
But it's also like it they shot it like in a bar that kind of looks like that bar where they played that show when they weren't even done writing the songs yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it just made me think of Quattro watching the video and being like, oh, this is all very. It seems deliberate, but I don't remember the other specific details.
It shouldn't be deliberate to remind people about Quattro.
No. You can't remind people about something they've never seen.
Nobody has seen Quattro, and nobody really should.
I don't even know if I've seen Quattro, and I watched it.
Yeah.
You know, I forgot that we even did Quattro. Like, I was thinking about our last episodes together. And like, yeah, we did Uno and Dos, and then we did Trace, and I guess those bonus tracks? Yeah, I guess that was it.
The four
Yeah.
tracks from Dookie.
Yeah.
The only thing I remember about Quattro is how sad and short the Jason White section was.
Considering his face was the fucking cover of it.
Yeah. And the only footage of him really was just him in his sad-looking apartment. With his cat.
Oh, that's right. The empty apartment.
Yes.
Yeah. Like, just a bed and a desk with a guitar next to it.
Oh, and then they were like scooting around and putting holes in walls or some shit, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, in the mansion they rented or something.
God, it's so cool to be 40-something.
And now he's 50-something, and I'll tell you, he still looks good.
Yeah.
Which is surprising. He looks...
I wonder what portrait is hidden in his...
It's a big literary reference to the picture of Dorian Gray.
Yes. I have to prove that my father was an English teacher at least once an episode.
I loved that book in high school. I thought it was so good.
I never read it.
You know, you talk about
Never
Uno...
was assigned it, wouldn't have read it.
You talk about Unos, Dos, and Trey. I wonder if the No Fun Mondays cover is supposed to be some kind of, like, a follow-up to that.
Maybe. It gives that vibe. I think we talked about it.
Did we? I don't remember. But I'm putting it in the chat now.
Yeah, with the swirly eyes, or glasses.
Yeah.
Orange background, blue glasses. Haven't looked at the picture yet. Just black and white.
Well, it's orangey.
Yeah. Well, the back. I'm talking about the glasses with black and white.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's just a selfie of his COVID hair.
Yeah. I cut all my hair off during COVID.
I grew my hair during COVID.
I haven't
growing
cut
my hair now.
off since 2018 or something.
Damn.
I've gotten trims, but I have not fully.
Yeah.
We'll have to really Martin Scorsese it at some point. And by that I mean just make a short film about cutting your hair.
Yeah, that's the guy's shaving his face or something, right? Is that Scorsese? Or is that no? That's not Scorsese.
Or maybe am I thinking of Coppola? Because I don't remember from one of those big movies they like did a whole little short film about cutting everyone's hair. I don't know. Anyway,
No idea.
that brings us, I guess, to the end of this episode of Green Day's soft politics, the soft underbelly of Green Day's politics.
Indeed.
Do we have any conclusions to draw from this fascinating deep dive?
Green Day's great, but they also kind of suck.
Yeah.
When you're great, but you also suck? Wow, amazing.
It's what a place to be.
I've always said, is it your favorite thing if you don't at least hate one aspect of it? Now, I wouldn't call Green Day my favorite thing, but I do hate some aspects of them.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, what do we want to do next time if we do this again? I guess we should do 39 Smooth and Kerplunk.
Yeah.
Yeah, would be good to do. The Broadway album, maybe?
Well, we gotta pair...
start delving into, like, Unhit better.
We gotta pair Nimrod with something, eventually.
Oh, you haven't done Nimrod yet?
Yeah, but we've done
Even
everything
Nimrod.
else.
Have you heard Nimrod?
I've heard
I've
parts
heard
of Nimrod.
Okay.
Doesn't Nimrod have like dominating love slave, sex slave or something?
I don't remember. Nimrod is not one that I've listened to like a million times. I've listened to it a bunch, but
Yeah, it has
it's not
this.
one of my
What is
favorite.
It has a
records.
song called "Good Riddance," "Time of Your Life."
Yeah.
And that's a bop or
It's just a
Dominating
song
Love slave is off of
off of what?
it is just a song.
Kerplunk.
Okay. It's a song that is very well known. It's one of Green Day's signature songs.
Actually, you know what? I'm looking at this track list. I don't listen to Nimrod front to back, but I do listen to a lot of these songs.
Yeah.
Like, I love Take Back. For whatever reason, I love Take Back.
King for a Day is great.
Yeah, King for a Day is awesome. Platypus, I love Platypus. A Panic song, I think, is on here. Maybe not.
Shit.
No, Panic song is on Insomniac, I think. Well, this has Worry Rock.
The 25th anniversary version has demos of. It looks like the entire album and then some,
Oh, shit.
Oh, they have.
and a live show, an entire live show.
Maybe we'll just
Next year, we can get 25th anniversary of Warning.
watch. They don't do anything.
Just killing time until it's time for the 25th anniversary of American Idiot.
God, that's closer than I think it is.
I mean, you have 5 years.
Yeah,
When the stock market crashes, American Idiot will rise.
I will be 30.
Again, assuming we are all still alive.
Yeah, assuming we are all still alive. Which do you think will happen first, the nukes or American Idiot 25th anniversary?
American Idiot 21st anniversary.
Ooh, tough call.
When
tell you.
was American Idiot released?
2004.
2004.
September 2004.
Uh-oh.
That's what I was looking for.
Wake me up when September
So-
ends.
I think the nukes might drop first.
Ooh, by September 2029?
21st.
2029, I mean.
Oh, yes. September 21st, 2029.
I'm gonna give it until the anniversary of the Great Depression.
Ooh, October 2029. You think the 25th anniversary edition of American Idiot will come out and then the bombs will drop?
It'll be all happening on the same day.
Oh, no.
It'll be like 9/11 and the Glow Part 2.
Yes.
And technically, because the Green Day album released at midnight and the bombs started dropping at 5 a.m., the Green Day album came out first.
Yep, it was the last music several people heard before they died.
Or it was out in Australia before the nukes fell. So America didn't even get to hear American Idiot 25th anniversary.
Is that where we'll get cigarettes and Valentine's? Is that where we'll try to like make a fake cigarettes
25th
and
anniversary, baby.
they'll make a fake cigarettes and Valentine's track list?
Billy
That
Joel's
would
going
be
to
when they
reveal he
do
had
it,
it in his
man.
basement the whole time.
Well, I think there's rumor that they have them now.
So they got to remaster them in time for the 2029 when they have released one or two more albums by then.
Well, wasn't there a rumor that they were going to do that this year for the 20th?
Who knows? Could be.
Who knows, indeed.
Well, I think we're gonna. I would like to cover 39 Smooth and Kerplunk next time, but we'll talk about it later.
Yeah.
All right. I don't really feel like doing the long, drawn-out goodbyes, so all of our links are going to be in the link in the description below. This has been Corey. This has been Trix. This has been Dominic. We're all going to say goodbye now.
Yes.
Goodbye now.
Goodbye. I am 25 now.
Happy birthday.
Oh, happy birthday.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you and goodbye.